Rick, it's usually just me and you, but suddenly somebody has snuck in and taken a seat next to you. We got a guest here, our first guest on Coffee with Rick.
Absolutely, Carl.
Do you want to introduce her to the audience?
Absolutely. This is Cindy Bauer. She's the current sitting city clerk. I said a mouthful there. And she's running for election to become the city clerk again. Cindy is a great friend of mine, and certainly want to see Cindy be victorious. The city of Taylor needs Cindy in office. So, it's our honor to have Cindy on today, and it's a great opportunity to ask some questions about what's going on in the election and some of the changes. There's some new dynamics happening. So
exactly, Cindy, welcome to the Coffee with Rick. One thing we wanted to let me throw you a softball first. Okay, how is your campaign going? How do you frame it? How is it comparing to other campaigns? Fill us in.
I'm getting a positive reaction, I feel, when I'm out on the streets talking to the residents, and so far so good. A little negativity coming through the mail lately, but I think that people see through that.
How does this compare with past elections?
Past government, local?
Local government elections.
I think this race, are you talking like race?
Yeah.
This race is a little more heated, and it's actually the city, this is dire times. Either way it goes, it could be beneficial or detrimental to the city, and I think with the right leadership, Rick and myself, we could definitely make some better changes in the city.
Yeah, Carl, I just want to interrupt just real quick there. Last night in the debate, I used the term, Taylor's at a crossroad. I mean, I think we truly are. We are at a fork in the road where we have an opportunity to still pull out of this in a productive manner, or continue down the spiral that we're in. And I think that it is probably one of the most critical elections that the city of Taylor has seen for a lot of reasons. But with the economic climate, there's a lot of changes going on in the city of Taylor, and the city needs good people, and that's why they need to consider voting for Cindy. I mean, the office. She took over for Marianne Riley, who was a very good city clerk, and quite honestly, everybody hated to see Marianne go, and we knew that we needed somebody that could fill in and just continue on and possibly continue to progress the office, and that's exactly what Cindy's been able to do. Now she has some new changes on the horizon, though, and there's some new laws that are shifting, and they actually conflict with the city charter. And maybe Cindy could tell us some of that stuff.
Yeah, Cindy, go ahead. Fire away.
Yeah. Recently, they passed legislation that our local canvassing boards were eliminated. So now it is up to the county canvass boards to canvass our elections, which they have 14 days to do so after the election. Our charter states the elected officials take office the Monday after the election, which the timeline is off. There was a meeting yesterday, and a lot of the local clerks have already passed resolutions that they're obviously following state law, and they're going to have to change their swearing-in ceremony times.
So, walk us through that as you see it now. How is that gonna come down? I guess.
We will have to follow state law as it supersedes city charter, and we will have 14. The county will have 14 days after the election. They said they would love to get it done sooner, but they can't make any guarantees. So I believe moving forward, we plan on the swearing-in ceremony happening 14 or the 15th day after the election, and then also another curveball could be if there's a recount called for.
Okay, which is always.
They have six days after the 14th day to file for the recount.
A lot of people probably out in the audience, they vote for all of you city officials, but a lot of them don't understand. I don't think they know what the mayor does. They may know what the city council does. What does the city clerk do?
That's a good question. The city clerk is obviously responsible for all the elections, a keeper of all city records, keeper of the city seal. Any documents that need to be sworn and sealed are handled by my office. Death records, birth records, secretary to the city council, and basically I believe the clerk is the go-to person in City Hall when someone doesn't know where to go.
You are the institutional memory of Taylor.
Right, in which with myself, 25 years of municipal experience, I can pretty much answer their question no matter what it is. 25
years is a long time to be in an organization.
Yes,
can you walk us through how did you get started, and kind of give us the 5-minute tour.
And this is a great story. This is, you talk about promoting within, Carl, and I'm a big fan of promoting within. This really is a great story.
It started as a co-op out of Kennedy High School,
No
my
kidding.
senior year.
Really? Okay.
And I worked my way through, was hired as a temp right after graduation and at the senior center.
Okay.
And then hired full-time in 1991, and then been through many departments,
Okay.
all the way from a clerical employee, and then the last 14 years supervisory, mostly at the Department of Public Works.
Having people like you with that type of resume is priceless. Okay, you really can't put a price on those type of people. I know, having worked in the newspaper business, people that have been there for a long period of time and who have held a lot of hats, moved from department to department, and who have grown up with the organization, okay, and through a lot of different maturations, okay. You go through the Petoniaks and the Previes and whomever. You really have kind of there's a groundedness to that person. And you're not the only person who's done that, but
Right.
you're one of them. And I think that's very, extremely valuable to an organization. Even in
Absolutely.
private business, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that the city of Taylor lacks today is the institutional knowledge, because the current administration, they either got rid of so many people with experience, or those people chose to leave on their own, but it lacks institutional knowledge. So that is the one key ingredient that Cindy possesses, is that, being here for 25 years, it's simply, it's invaluable. I mean, we need that. We have to have that institutional knowledge.
Right. There's no doubt that when Mary Ann Riley left, she left very professionally, I thought, yet, when you look at the stories archived in the local papers and things like that, there was an email. She was very blunt about why she left. I thought she did it very professionally, because Mary Ann Riley's a class act. How was the transition between Mary Ann to you?
In my opinion, it went pretty seamless.
Okay.
The others might not agree, but I worked at Daily, and my deputy clerk, Sage, she's wonderful, great support, behind me. At this time, it's just the two of us in the office, which is,
Right.
a
Which is
little
very
difficult.
taxing, yeah.
But we make it work. But to me, the transition was seamless, and both elections right after I took over, the primary and then the presidential, we didn't have any issues. So
Take off your clerk's hat for a second,
Okay.
okay? And you're obviously supporting Rick, or
Yes.
you wouldn't be here.
Right.
Why are you supporting Rick Sollars?
I have worked with 3 different mayors, as you mentioned earlier, and each mayor, I'll work with whoever is mayor and never give them, they're mayor.
Right.
So the last 4 years, I believe I have given to this city. I have worked right along with the administration, and not that I'm expecting a huge pat on the back or, phone call saying thank you every day, or we all know raises were not in the question,
Sure.
and I would never even ask for one. But I just feel that what I've done the last 4 years was not appreciated, and I know someone such as Rick, he's just a kinder person, and he can bring to the city what we need, the skills, the mindset. He runs a business, it's successful. He knows how he can work with people and not dictate to people. I've negotiated contracts with this administration, and it was not a negotiation time. It was very difficult. We could be in a better situation than we are if they would negotiate, and I believe Rick can bring that forward to the table.
And a better situation in City Hall leads to a better community, right?
That's right.
Yeah, because it's a big part of the service, and if the service providers are all disgruntled, okay. I mean, we can all we've all been there before, lately, with pay freezes and things like that, pay
Right.
cuts for some of us, lost jobs, things like that. That happens, but the organization has to continue on,
Correct.
and you're either going to do it the right way or the wrong way.
That's
So,
right. That's right.
Rick, do you have anything to add?
Carl, everybody that's been following our Coffee with Rick, they've heard our little Pick Rick slogan, and just in parting, Cindy's going to be, she is a good clerk. She's going to continue to be a good clerk, and I just want to leave everybody with her slogan, and that is Bauer Power. So,
Power, power, I like that one. I was thinking in terms of select Cindy with a C.
yeah,
But here are 2 good people, both running for office, both dedicated to serving the city of Taylor. They'd be good picks in November. Rick Sollars, Cindy, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Carl.
And this time I'm not shaking your hand, I'm shaking her hand.
absolutely. Me too.
Till the next time, Rickster.
Thank you.
All right.